Hi, my name's Howie, or Howard Wiseman. I'm in Toronto. I have a story called The Year of the Flood. It's something I've carried with me really since childhood because it was about my grandfather and his relationship, a very unusual relationship with an indigenous trapper in Winnipeg, where I grew up in Canada. My grandfather was a Russian Jewish immigrant who was basically illiterate and became a furrier from a tailor in Russia and started working with indigenous people in the fur business. They would bring him furs, and he met Alec, who became a close friend. And I always asked myself, as I went out fishing with them throughout my life, was it business or friendship? And this is what I set out to write about. It's called The Year of the Flood because it culminates in a flood in 1950. And that also revolves around the Passover and a Seder and the Egyptians and Jewish themes. But it's very much balanced with indigenous themes and the idea of naming and identity and the non-human world. And so it's the teasing, loving relationship between these two older men. In fact, it's like a Romeo and Juliet kind of story in that there is a betrayal, not a betrayal, but there's a falling out. Rather, there is a betrayal, but it's not a Romeo, it's not a love story, it's a soul story. That's what I'm trying to say. And Herb's wife, Rose, doesn't really understand this friendship. She lost her first love to a drowning accident in Alaska. And this is something Herb never forgets. He's a lot older than Rose. Alec's wife has passed away. Her name is Nora. She's like a water spirit, and he speaks to her. So much of this is about nature, connected to nature, but about values and Jewish values as well as indigenous values and where they meet. Of course, both communities can't stand the friendship. Both sons aren't the people that their fathers are, and somehow, not somehow, but tear them apart and cause the falling out. In the end, we have what I would have to say is an emotional ending and a moving ending and a sense of soulfulness connecting people above and beyond their identities. Thank you. I'm going to do the next part separately.